3, 2, 1. Hello everybody, my name is Nati and welcome back to Lady and the Trash. In today's video, I'm going to recommend some non-romance Thai shows. I'm sure that a lot of you got to know Thai shows through BLs or maybe through more classic dramas called Lakon. But maybe it's also possible that some of you are tired of the classic romance dramas. So today I'm going to recommend you 6 different Thai shows that are not focused on a love story. For every series I'm gonna talk about pros and cons. So the first one, of course, has to be The Gifted. Let's go with the plot. At the beginning of every academic year, all of the students in this high school have to take an entrance examination and get assigned to a different class. The classes go from 6 to 1, with 1 being the smartest kids. But there's also a special class called The Gifted. Actually, when I first started watching the show without having seen the trailer, I was pretty sure that it was gonna be something like Special A. Not sure if you know it, it's an anime with Special A being like the top 7 kids in the entire school. But The Gifted is not what I thought. The Gifted students are actually kids who have superpowers. So yeah, it's basically X-Men in high school. So the positive aspects of this series are a lot, according to me. There are a lot of great actors, a very well-written storyline, an ending that is not obvious, but I already said these things during my unpopular opinions video. And there are actually a lot of mysteries in the school that keep you glued to the screen. Also, I feel like a few of their superpowers are very original and develop in a very interesting way. As for the negative points, I would say that being a GMM TV show, there are some, cringy things that every GMM TV show has, like random product placement or weird sound effects, but luckily in this series in particular they are very limited. Also, another negative point may be that some of the gifted students that are supposed to be main characters don't really get as much time to shine as other of the main characters. But overall, it's a series that I really recommend if you like, superpower stuff and mysteries and stuff like that. Okay, so the second show I'm going to talk about is very recent and it's on Netflix. It's actually the first Netflix original show from Thailand and it's called The Stranded. Here's the plot. The students of an elite school situated on an island remain stuck there after a tsunami and have to collaborate in order to survive and escape. But it's not as easy as they think, and some strange phenomena start to happen while they're there. I can't really give away more of the plot because everything in the show is gonna be spoiler, but here are my personal pros and cons. One positive point is definitely the high budget of the series that makes everything more realistic, and also the show is very well executed and well acted. The plot is very good. It's something in between Lost, The Society, and similar shows. But it has a great plot twist at the end and a very good cliffhanger. But this also goes in the cons, because the first season is very short, just 7 episodes. And in this first season, the show doesn't really give you too many answers. And in the moment when it starts becoming more interesting, the first season ends. Also, sometimes is a bit slow and some of the characters are not too likable. But in general, I think it's a very good show. Number 3, In Family We Trust. In Family We Trust is mystery thriller about a murder and is the first show that the project boy group 9x9 had all together. This thriller revolves around a large and wealthy family whose members seem to be very close to each other at the beginning. But suddenly, after one of them is found dead in his house, everyone in the family becomes a suspect. Here are the pros. The acting is amazing, of course, and I really like the relationship between the younger members of the family. In particular, between Patson's 4 sons. They were super adorable together. There are many well-developed grey characters. And for grey characters, I mean characters who are not totally good, but not even totally bad. They're just something in between, and you have to personally decide if what they did is wrong or right. Also, there's a great mystery to solve, and you, as a viewer, will try to find out together with some of the members of the family who is the murderer. Of course, there are also a few cons, in my opinion. For example, one is that I think that in the latest episodes, some of them cried too much. I mean, it made sense, but for my personal liking, the drama at the end was too long. Maybe instead of 18 episodes, there could have been 17 and it would have been exactly the same. The other thing that pissed off not only me, but also a lot of people that watched it, is that at the end, some of the characters didn't really get the punishment they deserved. So this may leave you with a little bit of disappointment, but in general I thought it was a brilliant series. The fourth one that I'm going to recommend is called Wolf. This one is also a GMM TV show and it is so underrated. It's not the best show ever, but it didn't deserve that few views. So there are 5 main characters and each of them gets a different storyline. Each one of the main characters has a different view of love. And this game called Wolf chooses them as hunters, giving each of them 5 missions to accomplish and 5 targets and letting them travel all around Asia. And if they win, they will get 10 million baht. So yeah, this show actually revolves around the idea and the concept of love, but it's not a love story, so I wouldn't consider it at all a romance drama. One pro is definitely the fact that they travel a lot, and you as a viewer get to see a lot of places and a lot of different cultures through the main characters. Also, I really think that a lot of unpredictable things happen. I mean, in a lot of parts of the series, I really couldn't understand where the story was about to go, what was the point of everything. And also, they do speak English a lot and it's very fun, even if some of them are not too good at it, but this is part of the fun, of course. As of the cons, one negative point is that out of the 5 storylines, it's possible that you're not gonna like all of them. Personally, I kind of liked all of them, but I disliked the ending of a few of them, maybe 2. Yeah, 2 out of 5. You know, handling 5 different storylines all together was quite of a challenge. And I think that sometimes they didn't really handle it too well and it becomes a little confusing. So the last 2 shows I'm going to recommend are still ongoing. So it can be that the ending will be totally disappointing and completely ruin what I said, but it also may be that after the end, they're gonna be even better than I thought they would be. The first one has actually a lot of names in English. It's called A Gift for Whom You Hate, or A Gift to the People You Hate, or again, Gift Shop for Someone You Hate. Here's the plot. There's this shop that sells you gifts to give to the people you hate, of course. And there are 4 levels of gifts. 1, making the person feel ashamed. 2, scare them. 3, hurt them. And 4, kill them. And when you buy a gift, you pay with years of your life. But the shop only appears to people who feel hate towards someone else at the moment. And also the owner is a person who constantly wears a mask and has a modified voice. So talking about the pros, I think it has a very original concept and a very original plot. Also, there's a great mystery because you have to understand who is behind everything, who is the owner. Also, another thing that I really liked is that this show is not afraid of killing the main characters. So you never know who is gonna survive and who's not. For the cons, of course, being a GMM TV show, there are these weird and random product placements and sound effects. Also, I felt like some of the episodes were pretty boring and they feel like they're useless for the plot. Also, I think that some characters act in a very stupid way. I mean, sometimes they do really smart things and sometimes they just act like idiots, so I don't know what to think about some of them. The last show I'm going to talk about is called Blacklist. It's set in an outstanding high school and we follow the story of a group of 10th graders. This group was created by one of the professors and is called, of course, Blacklist. The 6 teenagers have the task to investigate some mysterious events in their school. And of course, they will find out that all these events are connected to each other. So for me, the greatest pro is that there are a lot of characters and that they're all different from each other. And of course, there are also a lot of couple dynamics. The love stories are not the main focus of this show, but every main character gets his little love story, so you get to see a lot of different couple dynamics. Also, I think that this show has surprisingly some very good fight scenes. I mean, they really looked like they were punching each other and fighting. Another thing that I really loved was the friendship between the main characters, and also the fact that the 6 protagonists get almost the same amount of screen time. For the cons, I have to say that for now, the plot is kind of a mess. I mean, I think it's good, but I feel like the show doesn't really know what he's trying to tell you sometimes. I don't know, I have this feeling. Maybe everything will be more clear when it will end. I don't know. I also felt like some of the things were pretty predictable. And another negative point for now is that the female characters didn't get to shine too much. They were kind of overshadowed by the main characters. But in the latest episodes that already came out, so right now we are at episode 8 and there are gonna be 13 in total, I feel like they're getting more and more screen times, so I really hope that they will become crucial for the development of the plot. So yeah, this was all for today. Let me know if you've seen some of them, what you would like to watch, what you would never watch, and if you have watched them, just tell me your opinions about it. And of course, if you have other non-romantic Thai series to recommend, write it down below in the comments. So yeah, this was all for today. Bye bye!